It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Wildcard Brewery, and this is a can of their Unite Tribute IPA. Coming in at 5.4% ABV in a 330ml can. I like the can wrap. Now I'm going to say, Wildcard Brewery, I've not had one of their beers for a while. There was moments where you could pick their beers up. Oh, don't I sound like a football manager? Sound like football. You know where football managers say we had moments in the game? Oh, God. I sound like a football manager then. There was a moment when, when Wildcard Brewery sold their beer in supermarkets. Why? Do you know when... I think it's part of the human brain. You watch, like foreign football managers who can't quite get their English out properly. And they'll use a term like moments in the game. And then everybody starts to think that these people are super intelligent now, and that's the way we should talk about football games, where we talk about moments in the game. And then you start bringing it into your English language, where you start to talk about moments where they sell Wildcard Brewery beers in the supermarket. And just stop it, isn't it? Just, why am I doing it? Just stop it. Blooming heck. If you go to your supermarket, you could very well see a Wildcard Brewery beer in the supermarket. Isn't that a much better way of putting my English language across? Rather than a struggling to understand English foreign football manager. What is the matter with me? Right, 1 to 2 finger, white head. Hazy, straw-coloured beer, slow-moving carbonation. Looks really good, actually. Looks really, really good. We haven't had rain. We've got a bit of rain coming down. We haven't had rain in weeks. I'm like looking out the window going, ooh, what's that? Well, literally, we've had a really strange summer where literally no rain. But now we're entering the end of September, and you know there's going to be an absolute deluge. You won't have to look out the window anymore going, what's that hitting the roof? Aroma on this straw-coloured beer. Oh, that smells fabulous. Wow. Caught me by surprise, that one. I was more interested in the rain hitting the roof. Oh, lovely, yeah. Ooh, punchy. Let's get back to the point of this beer. Tropical, punchy, passion fruit, mango. Should we have a moment with this beer then? Let's dive in. Cheers. That's very good. That's very good. Very, very, very good. Oh, wow. I like that. I really like that. Punchy tropical aromas. Really nice taste. Really, really nice taste to the beer. That passion fruit, mango and citrus kind of aroma that was coming through is making its way through to the taste of the beer. It is leaning towards the sweeter side, I think, with an IPA. But I'm going to say this straight away. I've noticed IPAs becoming rather sweet anyway. I think to make them super juicy and to make them ultra drinkable and to get all of that kind of passion fruit and mango and grapefruit and fleshy blood orange flavours coming through without having such an astringent bitterness, I think that balance comes through more in a sweet sense. I think they balance the beer out to be more sweet, to try and really counteract that kind of passion fruit and mango flavour. Lots of orange peel and fleshy blood orange. Very clean drinking beer, very refreshing beer, spicy and peppery. Again, it's one of those beers that I just sipping and sipping and sipping and just almost like a break from concentration where I'm just having, I'm having a moment. I'm having a moment with this beer, a little small moment where I'm, you know, I just want to take a bit of time out just to step back and just envelop, just take the beer in and let it kind of wash over my palate and stand. And I like to do with that. With beer. I went out with my wife on the weekend. We went to we did a bit of shopping in Cardiff, and then we went to Brewdog in Cardiff, and then we had this we started off with a wine. It's too early in the morning. It was 9:30 in the morning. I'm trying to say Wine Henstefana. That's the one. Wine Henstefana Weiss beer. That was terrific. Really terrific beer. And we then went on to a stout. It's like a 16% ABV stout. And we both sat there, a bit like this beer here. That's why I'm mentioning this story. We got served our beers. And we just sat there kind of like getting a nose and sipping it and without speaking to one another for about 2 minutes because the beer was that good. It was sensational. The beer was absolutely sensational. It was one of those dessert stouts without being too sweet. And then when we finally started talking to one another after we stopped looking and swirling our beer around and smelling it and tasting it, we were just talking about how blooming good this beer was. And this is exactly the same as what's going on here. Where, of course, I'm engaging with the camera, I'm talking to the camera, I'm talking to you guys. But at the same time, I just want to stand back and go, You know where I'm coming from. You must have had a fantastic beer before now, where you just, you know, you just go all quiet and you just have a little Football Manager moment with the beer. Okay, no more jokes now about this stuff. It's driving me nuts. Brewed on International Women's Day as part of the IWCBD project, which aims to promote and encourage more women in the beer industry. Okay, that's enough of that. Rating for the beer then. I'm not on Twitter anymore. I left Twitter. All that stuff over the summer was just, I found that stuff bonkers over the summer. I'm going to tell you a story. I'm a very polite person, always been a polite person, brought up to be a very polite person. I went to Brew London in the summer, and at the end of the festival I stayed behind to help the brewery who I was with, Lord's Brewing Company, pack up. And it was a frantic process where we had to get rid of all of our kind of bar and kegs and everything that was in the building, this print works. We had to get rid of it in less than 2 hours. So it was frantic. There was people running around everywhere. And everybody was packing up and everybody was enjoying it and dancing, and you know, it was great. Festival was done. There was a lady struggling with 2 barrels of beer. Literally had her hands in, she was struggling. Probably up to my shoulder in height. And being a polite person, not being a, you're a woman, I'm a man, I need to take these barrels off you. It wasn't one of those moments. It was just a kind gesture from myself. And this is one of the reasons why I left Twitter, because I think the world's gone mad at the moment. So I said to this lady, would you like a hand? And she put the barrels down, faced up to me and went, grrr, picked the barrels up again and walked away. And I thought, I wasn't. I knew exactly. I know the moment I said it, I thought, do I say this to this woman? But I was brought up to be a decent person, a decent enough person where if I see somebody struggling, it could have been a man. Could have been a man struggling with those barrels. Then I was brought up in a way to say, would you like a hand? And that's all I was doing. That's all I was doing. Would you like a hand? I wasn't being, I'm a man, you're a woman, I'm more inferior and you're more inferior. I wasn't doing any of that stuff. I was just being polite, as I was brought up to be. And it kind of almost spoilt the mood of the weekend, but yeah, I mean, I got total respect for this Women's Day and bringing women into beer, and total respect for that. But at the same time, I know it's a big male industry, the beer industry, but I think people need to really realise when somebody's offering a hand, and when someone's being an obnoxious pig. I think there's a big difference in that. I think there's I was just being nice in that moment. But anyway, I'm not going to get too wrapped up in this, otherwise I'll end up on Twitter. I'm gonna rate this beer. I'm gonna give it I like it enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.